In Southern California, more than 150,000 people work in the clothing manufacturing industry.
If you want to make apparel in the USA, you make it in California.
Ilse Metchek is president of the California Fashion Association. She says more designers now make more clothing in the U.S. to meet consumer demand.
All that stuff going on about China not adhering to the labor laws, China manipulating its currency, people are very, very conscious. They may not know the details, but they hear the noise.
Some Americans also want to buy American to help the domestic economy. Kathleen Hudak is one of them.
I would like to see my money going towards helping workers in our country.
Consumers overseas are also looking for the Made in the USA labels.
Kane, president of Los Angeles-based Rhapsody Clothing, explains why.
Before, everybody has some kind of myth and perception. Asian market either selling like Fendi or Gucci or really budget. There's no between. But we find out that's not true, and there's a lot of middle classes out there.
Kane says he moved much of his overseas production back to the U.S. from Latin America and China last year, even though it costs 10 to 20% more to produce items such as knit tops here. Lonnie, Kane, president of the Kane brand, used to produce most of his garments in China. But he says there is now less of a difference between China and U.S.-made products because China is getting more expensive.
China, as it's moving, as its living standards are moving up, its wages are moving up.
Kane and other Americans in the clothing industry say domestic production is easier and the quality better. Frank Doroff is vice chairman of Bloomingdale's department store.
I look for products made in the USA, again, because of the relationship I can develop with the manufacturer, the speed with which I can get it into the stores, and then the assurance that he's right here, that the quality will be there.
Still, most clothes are made outside the United States, and Kane says certain types of clothing will never be made here.
Product that's at Walmart is not going to be made in the United States. Consumers want to only pay X amount for it, and that just cannot be made here for that price point.
And if China gets too expensive, industry experts say manufacturing will simply move to lower-cost countries, such as Bangladesh and Cambodia. Elizabeth Lee for VOA News, Los Angeles.